They hide in God-king bloodlines. They hide in generation in bloodlines. Now, there's always been a seed war. Genesis chapter 3 describes a seed war. The first of 400 messianic promises of King Jesus. Genesis chapter 3 is describing it's 3:15. There's always going to be a war between our seed and your seed. And then you go over into the book of Daniel. He says, hey, the head is as gold, the shoulders are as silver. It goes down to brass, and it gets down to iron and clay mixed. And it says this whenever he interprets it in the book of Daniel, and their seed shall mix with yours. Talking about at the end times, that mixing of the seed's going to be a big priority. So if it's transgender, if it's transhuman, it's all about trans, which is transgression. That's what it's all about. The enemy, the supernatural enemy, wants to be able to say, see, this is not God's creation. This is our creation, and we own it. That's what they want to do.
Wow. Are you aware of the whole RH negative thought on the bloodlines?
Tell me.
Because my buddy Joel told me that I guess there was a study somewhere, and I don't know where this study comes from because I know like Harvard's not doing this study, but the idea is that people who have RH negative bloodline, 15% of the population globally, but of that 15%, I think he said 90 to 95% of those people are prone to have supernatural encounters and experiences. And there's something to do with the bloodline. I had a guy here in studio that has RH negative blood. He's a pastor in Middle Tennessee, and he had some wild things. He still does, has wild things happening to him. And when people heard that episode, the next question is, well, I have RH negative. Does that mean I'm not a Christian? No. like the definition of your faith is Romans 10:9. So
That's
it's
exactly
like,
right.
I mean, I think sometimes people get very, I don't know, confused maybe.
Yeah. Well, it brings questions. I mean, it does. And that doesn't mean there's not an answer. I want to ask you this, if you've had heart failure and you have a pig valve, does that mean that you can't go to heaven?
Right. Yeah.
So no,
Yeah.
you certainly can. Right. So I think all of our bloodline, I mean, there's no telling. I mean, I'm a 6th generation Texan and I'm a 16th generation American. So there's no telling what's in my blood. I can tell you what's in all of our bloodline: rapists, child molesters, drunks, everything. All of that is in our bloodline.
Yeah.
But the blood of Jesus conquers all of that.